so retconning because of the time that I missed, so I could send some messages to some very nice people. We got to the island, spent a lot of time debating on what our plan would be. Meepo and I did some scouting once we got to a certain point to try and figure out some possible tactical ways of getting in. We decided to sleep for a night and execute our plan the following morning. And I can't remember if everybody woke up or if just Meepo woke up, but I know at least Meepo woke up to some eyes and some breathing.
Yep. You did there was some travel stuff you missed out with, like the sheep and the wyvern stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
I
you
got
were
all the important bits. The sheep went missing. We never really bothered figuring out where they went.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You get one session of inspiration.
I'm gonna say I haven't even used my other inspiration yet.
They don't stack.
I know they don't.
Okay. So that's where we'll begin.
Give me one moment, guys.
Nice timing.
Yeah, it figures.
Okay.
Do. Beer. Well, since we don't know how long that's going to be, Meepo, it is the dead. Let me just mute this. We don't need to hear a bunch of Discord in the background. Okay. Meepo, you wake up. It is in the middle of the night. The first thing that you recognize is a pair of round nostrils and hot breath breathing on you. There's a large face, definitely larger than yours, very close to you, with big brown eyes. Actually, you can't tell that it's brown because it's pure dark.
I mean, do I recognize the shape of the face? Is this a humanoid face? Is this a dragon face?
It doesn't look.
Bear?
It doesn't look draconic. It's got black fur. And make a nature check.
Find my nature skill. Nat 20.
Okay. The 20 plus 1. You definitely know that this is not a dragon. It's actually not a creature you've seen before, but it looks humanoid. Definitely not anything you would have seen in a city. It's I'm trying to justify to myself, how would Meepo know this creature? The first thing that you think of, Meepo, you think of a very hairy human.
Very hairy human.
Yeah. But like the head shape's wrong and the nose is wrong.
It's a man bear pig. Do I see any other part of its body?
Looking more around you, do you start? Are you trying to stay still or what?
No, I'm gonna be very vocally awake. Hey, you! Hey, what you doing? Hey!
Immediately backpedals from you. You in the darkness, with your you do have dark vision. You can see two other shapes start running away. They look to be a similar creature.
What does its body shape tell me?
2 arms, 2 legs, running on all 4s. It's almost got like a loping gait where like it'll put its arms forward, then bring its feet.
Bring its arms forward, then bring its feet. Well, I assume everyone else has woken up by this.
Yeah, people are starting to stir by your shouting.
But they are running away.
Yes, everyone wakes up and they see these for those with dark vision, they would definitely see the furry creatures running away.
Hey, what the fuck is that? I'm very vocally vocal about wanting to know what that was, wanting to chase after it.
Do you chase it?
No, I try to get everyone else to come with me.
How you do it? Like you got to say more than you try to convince people. It's like, what do you say?
Hey, something stupid around. Some weird. I don't know how to describe it. Some weird man. Would I compare it to a bear? Would I compare it to?
No, a bear has claws. It almost looked like it had fingers.
Chimpanzee? Some weird monkey thing going through our stuff. Take quick inventory to see if anything was taken.
What does everybody else do? Why Meepo starts digging through his stuff?
Did everyone else see them run away? And
I wait for him to see if there's anything missing. But if they're running away, I'm not going to run after them.
my first assumption is they stole something.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. 11.
You don't find anything missing.
Don't find anything missing.
Right.
So I asked if anyone knows what those were.
I am so sorry about that, guys.
So, when Meepo woke up, he started shouting at the thing. It kind of got startled, shouted back briefly, and started to run away. It's like a very hairy human. It's has fingers. It was moving on its front arms and back legs, like almost like a loping gait. And everyone else woke up from Meepo shouting. And three of them do appear to be running away. And Meepo's checking his stuff right now.
Made some weird screeching noise.
Okay. I don't think I fully understand what's going on. So there was these things. Meepo started yelling. They made a loud screeching noise and started running away.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are they running into a plains? Are they running into a forest?
They're running into the forest because you all are in the forest right now.
Okay. I start asking, should we be concerned about anything?
Who are you?
I don't think they took anything of Meepo's, so I think they were just kind of sniffing around.
Maybe just curious.
Weird monkey things.
What time is it right now, Logan?
Middle of the night.
Okay. Maybe it would be a good idea for us to start dividing the rest of the night into shifts, just to make sure nothing else happens. We don't really know exactly what all type of wildlife exists on this island.
Is anyone here an elf?
Katia raises her hand partially.
Weren't you trancing?
Sometimes I like to sleep.
It would be convenient if you didn't.
Well, I don't live my life by your convenience, Meepo.
Wasn't Howard on guard duty?
Maybe we're lucky and they took him.
We didn't set a guard, says Howard.
Damn it.
We all just said it would be a good idea to go to sleep.
Well,
Weird monkey things.
then I guess we did it to ourselves.
I vote Howard takes first guard.
Oh, I can't see very well in the dark, Meepo.
Damn it. I guess Katya, who can just has to trance then, doesn't really need to sleep.
My REM cycle got interrupted. It's not really. I'll still need to trance for another 4 hours
Yeah, it's middle of the night.
since I was trying to sleep.
That'd be fine. I mean, it's middle of the night. Sure, we have more than 4 hours before we need to set out. That makes sense.
All right, so who set his guard?
I thought Katya. I mean, she can transfer 4 hours.
Well, she's saying that she would still need a trance right now.
Yeah, go ahead and trance. You trance. Aren't they aware during their trance?
No,
Or they still maintained awareness?
no. At least I don't think so.
I don't know.
Well, I'll go ahead and take first watch then.
That's fine. It's like a
No.
cat leans up against a tree.
Now that I'm awake, I might as well.
I will take either second or third. Just
With
whenever.
with the middle, with how much time is left, you feel like that if Levi takes 2 hours, then Click takes 2 hours. That'll pretty much take take it until morning.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so everyone goes back to sleep.
Except me.
Sheepishly. Don't let any more weird monkey people.
No.
Levi, since you are awake, can you please make a perception check?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Right on the edge of your vision, you see those 3 shapes. They don't appear to be approaching you. They're just watching you from a distance. They definitely appear to be some form of humanoid, but they don't move like you or Katia does. It's like they're a little disproportioned. Their arms are longer than their legs, and
Okay.
their heads are not the right shape.
And roughly how far away are they?
They're about 100 or so feet away.
Okay. As long as they're within 120 feet, I will send them a message and ask what they want.
Let me read message. Or can you read message? All right, never mind. Yep.
All message says you point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast it through solid objects. It does not say whether or not it needs to have an intelligence level or anything like that.
Okay. It may just not be able to communicate.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think
What do you want to
that's.
say to it? What do you want to say to it?
I just want to say, what do you want? Can you understand me?
You get no response. It does
Then-
appear like one of them was a little bit unsettled by that. It's like it almost like you see it raise one of its arms to its head and like kind of like runs its hand through right by its ear.
Then I will do it again and say, stay away. We don't want to have to hurt you.
You see it picking up like its other hand now and it's brushing its head.
Well, if they come any closer, all I'll do is sit there and send them messages, and that ought to confuse them.
Yeah. But yeah, they're not moving any closer. They seem really intent on just watching you guys.
Monkey people.
And as long as they keep their distance, don't come in within like 60 feet, I'll just leave them at that. If they
Mhm.
come closer, then I'll do something else.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they don't move any closer. And the rest of your watch, there's nothing really of note. It's just those three shapes. Keep watching the party. You'll see them occasionally like move behind a tree and then reappear on the other side. Let's see, you got a dirty 20.
Yep.
At some point in the night, you hear a loud snap, and like there's some, and like followed by more smaller snaps. It looks like you only see two of the creatures now.
That's all I heard was the twig snapping.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's getting closer to you. It's just definitely a loud snap.
All right. I won't worry about it too much then.
Okay.
Because we're not in the forest, but we have trees near us, right?
No, you're in the forest.
Oh, okay.
That's where you guys said you stopped last time. All right. Yeah, your 2 hours continues. And it's eventually the end of your shift comes around.
I'll go wake the Birdman up.
All right, I get up.
And I'll tell you, I'll say, hey, thought I heard something over there, but nothing came close. Those three things have been keeping their distance away. They seem to be easy to confuse. I would send them a message every once in a while, but they never responded.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Try and get some rest. We're going to have a long day tomorrow.
So I will curl up on my blanket with my sword.
Okay. Now, Click, you make a perception check for your night.
All righty. That is a 23.
Yeah. So when Levi, when you swap places with Levi, he pointed out where the sounds were coming from, and you quickly, easily spot these creatures in the late night. They're almost kind of silhouetted against the against the moon. So like they very clearly have black fur, based on like the amount of darkness, and they keep moving around. It's like they don't ever get any closer, but they are definitely very interested in your party. And again, in the some at various points, you'll hear like loud twigs snap and like brush being moved. Occasionally, you'll lose sight of one, but then it'll reappear as it drops down from a tree. And as the night goes on, you it appears like the creatures have begun to move away. You know, their curiosity satisfied at least for tonight, and uh, they move away from you and the party.
Okay. I'll continue to keep my eye out, but I don't see any need to do anything.
Yep. And you all wake. It's been a long night for some, but you were all able to short rest.
Any more weird monkey people?
Oh, they're around, Meepo. Don't worry about it. They're harmless. Kind of like you.
They just don't get too close.
I can't really do Catchy's voice very well, but if I had to guess, it was probably just some weird animal that was interested by a strange creature. Probably never seen anything like you before, Meepo.
At least it can keep to itself.
So, what are we doing now?
I guess we continue on our journey, correct? We were
Yeah.
on our way to the.
I believe we're getting close to acting out our plan.
And I was totally paying attention, says Lou. What's our plan again? Just, in case like Howard forgot.
You know, Lou, the plan. The plan. The planny plan. That's very planny.
Yeah, I know. It was so intricate.
And then we all agreed that we would never discuss it again.
The plan.
The plan.
Kathy's plan. The
Do
plan
the
created
plan.
specifically by Katia.
To plan.
I remember there was a lot of back and forth though. It's like I don't remember what we settled on. I mean, Howard doesn't remember what we settled on.
Well, that's good because we didn't tell Howard. We're not going to.
I feel like if I'm going to contribute, I need to know. Or that's bad accent, but whatever.
No, Howard, it's imperative that you don't know. That's part of the plan.
Well,
the plan.
I think the basic thing is we need to get closer. We need to see what we're attacking, and then I think we should try and pull them one or two away, or smaller groups at a time, as not to get everybody all at once.
Yeah, the plan was to make a big loud noise to draw some of them out to investigate, intercept them, and then rinse and repeat.
Okay.
And possibly using Howard and Meepo as bait.
Whoa. Don't tell Howard the plan, and the plan was Howard as bait.
Well, wait, says Lou. But wouldn't Meepo be better as bait? Because
No.
it might make more sense for a kobold out in the wilderness, and Meepo can take care of himself a bit better.
No, they'll just assume you're like an escaped slave or something and want to come capture you.
What if the kobold has the wants to turn over the small humanoid for as a slave?
I would never do such a thing. Only to Howard.
Well, let's get walking anyways, because we need to get going.
I guess we set out, Logan.
You set out?
Well, we want
Okay.
to get within visual distance of the location, the keep, or camp.
Okay, so you know where the general direction is. How do you approach?
Very sticking to the trees, trying to not be seen from a distance.
And I will have Strauss out ahead of us, making sure that we don't stumble upon a party or anything that's wandering around.
And just in case, I want to go ahead and say this now. Whenever we get about 10 minutes away from the camp or 10 minutes away from when we're going to enact our plan, I need to cast a spell.
10 minutes?
Well, about 10 minutes prior. I don't want to do it right when we're there.
Okay. I need a group stealth check then.
Meepo,
Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
is that a
Awesome.
stealth check from everybody or just one person?
Everybody.
Oh, well, crap. All right. 15 for me.
Well, with Katya and Sinjak and their heavy plate, moving through the woods is not necessarily a quiet affair. It's like whenever and one of them falls, and the other helps them up, and it's god awful when it comes to the amount of noise they're making.
That's okay. I forgot I had to put my half plate on, so well, I still get a 15, but
Right.
Better than trying to walk on the road.
Yeah. So as you guys are approaching in the general direction, and Click, for the sake of it, you would know, I guess, how far 10 minutes out would be.
I mean, we've seen the place before,
Right.
so we should be able to guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So once we get to about 10 minutes. All right. So as we're getting closer and we're about 10 minutes out, let's see. I'm going to cast the spell. Let me pull it back up again. Motivational speech. And what it does is I address allies, staff, or innocent bystanders to exhort and inspire them to greatness, whether they have anything to get excited about or not. I choose up to 5 creatures within range that can hear me, and for the duration, which is an hour, each affected creature will gain 5 temporary hit points, and they'll have advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
I misread that. Oh well. And if an infected creature is hit by an attack, it has advantage on the next attack roll it makes.
Okay.
And it will maintain all of these abilities as long as it has at least 1 temporary hit point.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So that will be Meepo, Lou, Katana, Um, Ian's character, whose name I keep forgetting,
Levi.
Levi. And do we have anybody else besides Howard with us?
Yes.
2.
I'll give it. Who are the two? What do we know about them?
Is that Sinjak?
Sinjak.
Sinjak? Yeah, I'll give it to
3,
Sinjak.
actually, then. There's Sinjak, there's Oscar, and there's Malone.
Okay, I'll give it to Sinjak.
Yeah, I think he's most fighter out of those 3.
Yeah, so he'll need it. We'll see how this goes. This is my first time using a spell like this. I'm hoping that it'll actually pay off.
Okay. Yeah. Now, how close do you actually want to get to this campsite? Because,
Somewhere we could see it from a distance.
okay. Well-
Significantly far away, though.
So, from what you guys were able to see, from far away distance, be able to scope it, if you were to head towards the lake, that would be your clearest shot from the ground that's far away. You know that they've cleared out a bunch of trees around it to build the structures. You don't know much about the structures yet.
Yeah,
But-
we definitely want to stay behind the wood line.
Right. And you could go up the mountain. That's the other place that you saw that would be, quote, far away, but still be invisible.
All right. So, do we have roaming patrols, anything like that?
You didn't see any roaming patrols last night. Click and Meepo were able to count 10 people on the horseshoe, the U-shaped wall that was against the sheer face of the mountain.
Okay, but they suspected there was another 20. Or
No,
another-
they don't. They don't suspect. It's like that's just what they saw. Like they saw
Okay.
people inside the fence. That
Oh,
was,
okay. So there
that
were
was that
10.
40.
There were 10 up on the
On the wall.
outside, and then
Yeah.
there was ones in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we get close enough, can I hopefully look to see using Strauss if I can see if there's like a barracks or a place?
Yeah. Okay. If you want to send Strauss ahead and have him look over the camp, that could probably work.
Okay. I will do that then.
Okay.
I just want to know if we go for 10 people, are we just going for 10? Or are they gonna turn around and be a lot more?
Yeah.
All of a
Cool.
sudden 10 turns into 20.
Also, how close are we to the camp currently?
You're about 10 minutes out.
Okay, so we didn't move any further.
No, not yet. After you cast the spell, like you haven't moved further yet.
Well,
But-
the idea. Well,
The idea of what?
the idea is to make a big noise to have them send out a patrol or some other investigative group and ambush said group. Give them a
Lewis
reason to come
what-
out.
What kind of noise should we make?
I'm gonna once we decide when to do that, I will try using, let's see, minor illusion to create a sound like a wounded sheep or something like that. A wounded sheep. Yeah, that sounds good because there's sheep around here.
Right. Okay.
So, but I won't do that until we've determined that there's basically only the 10 on the wall,
All right.
and no hidden barracks with a bunch of others.
All right. Now, if you want to get closer than you're 10 minutes away, I'm going to need another stealth check. Or are you just sending Strauss on ahead by himself?
I sent Strauss on ahead first,
Yeah.
and then once she comes back, that's when we can move up and enact the plan.
Okay. But what I'm saying is like you send her forward, right? And then she comes back and reports to you how many people she saw, and then you move forward, all of you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we need another stealth check.
Do a perception check for Strauss.
Okay. Do you remember what bonus they get? Or the
Plus 3 and advantage on sight.
okay. So that's a 15.
Okay, so she flies forward, leaving you all alone for several minutes. Let's see. Now, when she comes back, she communicates to you telepathically, right?
Yes.
Okay. What do you ask her?
I just want to know the number of people and if there's any that are hidden in like barracks or anything.
You see her like cock her head and she's like, how do I communicate this? There's kind of a soft voice in your head and says like, I saw people on the wall, people by fire, person walking between wall and fire.
Person between wall and fire. So that was person along the wall, people by the fire, and person walking in between the wall and the fire.
Right.
Okay. I'm then going to ask Meepo and Click where the fire was, if it was inside the compound or outside.
It was outside the compound. Like I'll draw a general shape of what they saw. So it's like this is the U shape, and then they saw a couple of buildings right around here, and then goes down to a lake over here.
All right, so I'm going to communicate to everybody that it looks like we have people along the wall plus people around a campfire. So we may want to be real careful about how many we try and call over or we'll get overwhelmed.
Large fire says, you've got so many things that talk to you.
Well, we just need to make a noise that draws attention. Doesn't have to draw all the attention.
Yep.
Make them curious, not concerned.
Well, that's why I thought about doing sheep.
They come out for a sheep.
They might be hungry, looking for food.
I mean, I don't know if they're starving in there.
Yeah, but sheep would be better than rations.
I mean, your spell, you're welcome to try. I don't know if it'll work, though.
Well, what do you suggest? Loosen an arrow into the middle of them?
I don't know. Maybe
Lou says that would definitely get their attention.
I have an idea about something that I think might work. I don't know how it would work as far as, um, maybe like controlling the amount that would come. But I could throw my voice to make it sound like maybe somebody escaped, or maybe that there's somebody in a specific area.
I think escape would draw a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we yell as if somebody's hurt. I mean, you're not going to send a whole army out if somebody's yelling for somebody's injured. And you need
Unless
help.
they think it's somebody that was captured is outside the wire injured.
Well, somebody captured, I would hope wouldn't go yelling back to their slavers.
Well,
But
true,
There's-
but
There's not supposed to be anybody else on this island, as far as I know, says Katya.
they'll be out.
And that's the other question is because if we do make it sound like somebody's injured, we got to make it sound like either A, it's one of them, or B, it's one of the people that got captured.
What if we just made an explosion noise?
well, I can do that too.
Just how loud?
But what's going to explode in the middle of the forest?
That's for them to find out.
Well, how about we try the sheep first, and then the explosion?
Go ahead. Would it be better to do this at night?
Probably.
I think it might be to our advantage. I mean, I'm in no rush. How many days we got left, Logan?
So you've been here for one full day. This is your second day.
Oh, we got 7. And we could try and do something at night.
All right, we can do it at night, right after the sun goes down.
We can all see at night, so we'll be all right.
Well, not everybody.
Well, he's got special goggles or
No,
something.
Howard can't.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't see very well at night.
I don't think he would be very much use anyway.
You never know. He could be the ultimate assassin.
Yes. You ever killed a man, Howard?
More than you'd think.
You ever
As
been
I'm
to
listening to this, I'll say I don't mind us doing it at night, but I wish you definitely would have told me before I used that spell.
Well,
Yeah, because that kind of.
you've got long enough to long rest.
I don't think that's how it works, Eric.
You can long rest to get your spells back.
I
Yeah,
don't
We
think
have to wait till nightfall.
To rest.
You can rest during the day.
No, you can't. It's you got to wait 24 hours before you benefit from a long rest.
Well,
Oh,
do you
well.
want to just go ahead and try it now?
I'm okay with what you all will think will be better in the long run.
Well, I don't want to be spotted. I don't want them to see us.
Yeah, but if drawing them away works, then they'll be drawn into the woods and then we won't be spotted.
We got to make sure they get into the woods. Should we back away a bit, I guess, then?
Well, right now we're still 10 minutes away. We got to get
Oh.
much closer.
We're at the edge of the wood line, aren't we, Logan? Or
No, we're still 10 minutes.
can we see the camp?
No, you can't see the camp yet. You're 10 minutes away.
I suppose we'd want to get where we can see the camp so we can see what's coming, I guess. Would be ideal.
All right. So let's move up to where we can barely see the camp.
Okay. You move up for 9.5 minutes.
Really? That close?
It was a tease.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna need another stealth check if you guys are doing it quietly.
Well, we're going to attempt to do it quietly.
All right.
Should only some of us go then?
Oh my goodness.
Who's going?
I mean, I would assume the heavy people shouldn't go.
Well, I'm one
They
of the
can stay
heavy
back
people.
here. Huh?
If I'm making sound, I'm one of the heavy
Uh,
people.
You make the sound back here, and I'll watch and then come report what's coming.
Well, I can.
Does that make sense?
I mean,
We need to pick like somewhere on the road, but that's around a bend so we can't be seen. And then we ambush them on the road. Does that make sense?
oh yeah. The melee people go up close, and I can be 100 feet from them and be just fine.
So I say have everyone. So most of the party would be hiding along the road, ready to ambush.
What road?
There's roads going in and out of the place, isn't there?
How
No.
about the path from the
I mean, they have to have a path
from
that
the
they
thing
move
to
carts and
the
stuff.
to the lake?
It looks like, Meepo, that the lake and the river are their primary forms of moving.
They have no wagons or horse paths, front gates.
According to what you saw, you see the U shape. It does have a gate on it. It doesn't look like they've built a lot of stuff facing outward. It's a lot of stuff facing inward.
Not sure how to take that. I assume they have a gate to leave somehow. So I'm surprised there's no roads at all.
I can see where there's not roads. There's maybe a path to the dock where the boats would be, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no place else to go on this island, really.
Fair enough.
So I think we'd probably send the melee people up to near the tree line, and I know me, possibly Click, to be back more. I don't remember our NPC people what they do.
Sinjak's a paladin, and Howard, he appears to be very lightly equipped. Malone's got his crossbow. He appears to be wearing leathers.
Okay, the crossbow can be with us. The backpack. But yeah, and so then once they get into place, I'll make a big sheep bellow from the wood line.
Okay. So, is that the plan? Like, I need to know who's going up and when. Like, 100%. Because it determines who has to make stealth rolls.
I would definitely go up, and I mean, I'm fast enough and stealthy enough that I can get back. So
Well,
I should definitely.
I'm
go.
definitely staying back.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go up to where I can see who comes and goes from the camp. Logan.
Okay.
I guess Sinjak and Katya would need to do stealth rolls because they'd probably be in the forward pack.
I tell Ian's character to I know we're a 10-minute walk out, so make the noise in 15 minutes. That
Well,
sound good?
I can see you guys still.
Oh,
Because we all walked basically 9.5 minutes or whatever to get close.
I thought you were staying back.
No, I am.
You're
back,
not stealthy,
but it's like 100 feet back.
is it? Oh, I
I
thought
don't
you were
know.
staying 10 minutes back.
No, that wouldn't do any good.
I'm afraid. Well, I mean, why not? I mean, as long as they can hear it.
I don't think they could hear 10 minutes away.
10 minutes is like a half-mile walk.
No.
Walking pace? I think it's probably about right.
Let's see. In an hour, if you're moving stealthily, it takes you an hour to cover 2 miles. So you're closer than that. uh, half hour's a mile. 10 minutes would be about a third of a mile. It's not that far, actually.
Oh, we still can't see the place. Holy
They're,
cow!
the trees, man.
The trees. I thought they would like be built in a. Did they build the thing in a clearing?
No, they made their clearing out of
Well,
the
yeah,
out of,
there would be. How big is the clearing from the wood line to the camp?
yeah. You're gonna have to get like within like 50 to 100 feet of the wood line to see the encampment, right? At all. Right now, you're close to 1,000 feet away. Just roughly saying.
Okay. Well, I know I'm going. I don't know how many other people you want to come. Whoever thinks they can be stealthy, not get caught.
Well, I just know I'm standing back.
Okay. Well, I will go. And then once you see me up there, go ahead and you can make the noise. That's what we do, Logan.
Okay.
I will approach.
All right. Everyone that's approaching, I need a stealth check from.
17.
17. Okay. All right, Meepo. Now that you are closer and on the ground, you have a better view of it. It looks like there have been a lot of felled trees that have been used to make this U-shaped wall connect to the sheer face. You see a large plume of smoke coming from one of the buildings. Uh, there's one long house, and there is another smaller house. So in total, you can see the three buildings, and you see the three buildings and the U-shaped structure. From where from where you're positioned, you can see the people on top of the wall easily. Now, where that large plume of smoke is coming from, you see two people moving around a. You would know what a kiln is. Not a kiln, a furnace.
Hmm.
They appear to be like operating in a form of bellows, and there's glowing hot liquid metal. You see them; they seem to be processing it.
Okay.
In other words, that's where the fake gold is coming from. Or
Yeah,
not fake gold, the non-certified gold.
yeah,
Arky gold. Tax evasion gold.
yeah. It's silver actually, but whatevs.
Silver. Man, that would be a horrible. Why'd you pick silver?
Because I wanted
Corrodes.
what?
Not you. Not you. I'm talking about why would any government pick silver? It corrodes. It
'Cause,
tarnishes.
I mean, people have minted silver coins for a long time, along with gold.
Yeah.
All right, so once Meepo and everybody else that's going up there is in place, I'm gonna trigger my minor illusion and do a big sheep.
So the fact that this is a sheep, and sheep, I don't know how well their voices carry, but to carry the whole distance, it needs to be quite loud. So for all of you that are close, it's a very strange experience. This is the loudest sheep you've ever heard.
Super sheep.
Well, the spell does say it could be a lion's roar, so and they can travel.
All right.
Sheep as big as a lion.
Now, Meepo, you hear it. It sounds, you know, it's very vague, but it's definitely a sheep sound. and then across the clearing in front of you. Let's see if they make that perception. No, it appears like they do not react to the sound of this sheep. It doesn't. It looks like if you were to guess, you don't even think that they would have heard it from so far away.
Okay, so since Meepo's up there, I want to send a message to him and say, "Is anybody coming?"
Nope. Looks like they're not reacting at all.
Okay. Did those?
You got to be closer than that for a message, because like I think the range on that is 120 feet.
Yeah, I thought I was still within 120 feet within Meepo.
Nah, he's moved. He's moved like 9 minutes away. So
No, I went. I went. I thought everybody in the party went up there.
I thought it was just Meepo.
No,
I thought it was just me because everyone else is too damn noisy.
no, because
And you
we
stay
got
behind.
we got close to draw him away,
Oh, I'm confused.
right?
I thought you guys were gonna stay behind because you're noisy, and I was gonna stay up there and watch to see if anyone came.
No, because that's a 9.5 minute run through the woods with people trying to chase you. And if people are looking for sheep and walking back, then they're not going to walk for 9 minutes. I was picturing we all moved up as a party to where we were about 100 feet from the tree line, and that's when I was going to do that.
Okay, well then I need a. If everyone's going, I need a stealth check from everybody. Then
Okay.
I mean, unless you want me to try and make a big boom from 9.5 minutes away.
I'm not opposed to it.
I mean, if you want to do that, I'm okay.
Big boom.
Chris, you're the deciding vote.
I mean, I don't know what would be better, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know how to get them over. We tried the sheep thing, but it sounds like they didn't hear.
well, that's when I thought you guys were 1,000 feet away.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, that makes sense why they wouldn't hear it if that was the thought.
So the choice is I could either make a bigger boom explosion from 1,000 feet away, or we can all move up to where we're much closer.
Why can't you just make an explosive bellowing sheep? The same volume as an explosion.
Well, because that's what I basically did if we were 9.5 minutes away.
Make the loudest sheep known to man. A sheep as loud as an explosion. Is that doable? How loud can your illusions get?
Well, it says to a scream.
Oh. That's a big scream.
All right, so stealth checks everybody.
Even the
All right.
people that are staying in the back?
Wait, is the whole party staying back, or
No.
who
I
is
know-
going forward right now?
I know I'm staying back. Malone's with the crossbow, right?
Yeah.
He'll probably stay back with me.
I would stay back as the healer.
So click. I would expect Katya and
Sinjak.
Sinjak to be up close. I don't know about the other one guy, and I'm not sure about David's character.
I mean, I can move forward easily enough.
Who's that?
Says Lou.
Okay. Well, Lou is mostly melee, isn't he? Rather than
Yeah.
ranged.
Yeah, I don't have much range.
Yeah. Then he'd probably move up too.
Okay, so if it's Lou, Sinjak, Katya,
Meepo.
Meepo, and for the sake of the sound, uh, is Levi going forward?
I'm 100 feet behind them.
Okay, so you're 200 feet or so away from Meepo, or away from the encampment.
Yeah, yeah. If they're 100 feet away, then I'm 200 feet away.
Okay. Okay. So, all right, if we still want to do the sheep thing, at that point, well, wait. All right, this is the time for everyone to do their save. All right, so Sinjak, he gets disadvantage for being in plate mail. That's 3. And then Katya, who also gets disadvantage for being in plate mail. Okay, she wasn't as bad. Sinjak sounds exactly like a tank moving forward in the forest. All right. That Meepo, yours was 17, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Levi stayed back, so that leaves Lou. Lou better pull this out. Yep, Lou pulls it out. So
I was gonna say I could put guidance on him. Before he went up, I could have.
yeah,
Or I could have Strauss land on his shoulder and cast guidance.
that works too.
But if he passed, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. So okay, those people move up. Everyone else stays back. Now we do the sheep thing. Okay, it's a sheep sound at 200 feet is still very quiet, judging by their perception check. So you might have to change tactics.
Okay, what was that last part?
From what I heard, he said that the sheep sound was still silent, so we may need to change tactics.
Okay.
Slogan there.
I'm still here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Didn't,
All right.
so,
If,
like cut off mid sentence a lot.
if the sheep didn't do it, were those things that attacked the sheep? Were those wyverns? Is that correct?
Wyverns.
Wyverns?
Yeah, are you saying asking if the wyverns eat the sheep?
No. I just wanted to make sure I had the right animal.
Right.
I want to do a large screech of those. I got a feeling those would be louder.
Oh yeah, they'll definitely be louder. And quick nature check for anybody for this. It's like anybody can contribute here.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Guidance. You're
I
next to me.
just got
For
myself
a nature check.
Yeah, it's a nature check.
Oh, I mean, I could help. I'm not good at nature, but I
That's
can
a
try.
18?
19.
19. So click, because you were paying attention when those wyverns showed up. Wyverns, the distinct sounds that they make are like a or a snarl. They don't roar. So those are the two sounds that Levi would need to make for it to be accurate.
I thought they'd have more of a screeching or something.
No, it's more of like they've got like this. There's like this bassy sound, like, and then a hiss.
Hmm. So, but you said they'd possibly be louder.
Yeah, they'll definitely be louder.
Okay.
It's just like to make an accurate wyvern sound. Click coaches you.
Okay.
Coach.
I am now a vocal coach.
Then I will try and make a wyvern
Okay.
sound.
Now that one you get a few people. Meepo, you can see a few people react to that. They look in the direction of that sound. You see a couple of heads turn and look skyward. Uh, when they turn, you can better see that the ones along the wall have bows. The individual that was walking in between the two places quickly runs for the smelting place and takes cover with the other two people there. It's like their eyes are on the sky right now.
But none of them are moving towards.
No, they are not moving towards the sound. They are
I mean, would you?
Okay. So after that, since it's still not working, I
not.
will do what like Meepo said. I think it was Meepo, and have a the, the the guards are mostly human, weren't they?
Uh,
Or
in the
humanoid?
daylight. In the daylight, oh yeah, they're all humanoid,
Okay.
but various races. Like you see elves, you see humans, you see mixes in between the two.
Okay.
Every kind of race you would expect to see, you see, except for like gnomes and halflings.
Okay. Then in that case, I will make a screaming sound. Like I'm trying to make it them imagine that one of the guards got caught by a wyvern and is calling for help from the woods.
Oh, a screaming help sound.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What's your DC on this?
On what?
On your minor illusion?
There is no DC, is there? Or you just mean my regular DC?
Isn't there for minor illusions for like investigations or something like that?
Oh, check against your spell save DC. Yep. 14.
Okay. There's definitely a lot of activity on top of the walls now. Uh, their first reaction is like you see Meepo, you see several people draw their bows. It's like they are ready for whatever is coming. Because they still don't have visual on the target. They don't want to advance to it. Honestly, this is a terrifying picture.
Well, they're still not interested, I guess.
All right, so
Pansies.
so we're 100 feet away. The lead people are 100 feet away, hidden
Yeah.
behind the trees. There's people along the wall, and then there's people around the smelting fire. And the people around the smelting fire, there's like 3 of them, correct?
You see 3 people around this around the smelting fire and roughly 10 or so on the wall.
Okay.
Everyone is paying attention to that.
And we haven't
Oh.
seen anybody else, correct?
Well, there are those figures that you saw Meepo last night that you couldn't quite make out what they are.
But they
In
were
the
inside
in
the
the-
fence.
yeah, you can
Okay.
see them because they are hanging suspended from that strange structure in the middle of the archway.
That's not good.
There, you see a 5 or so figures. There appears to be a human man with brown hair, a small halfling woman with curly hair, a dark-skinned elf with a short buzz cut, stark white, a red-headed girl, roughly teenager, and then lastly a red-skinned man with twirled horns.
And they're not moving.
They are not moving.
Okay, so since nothing's coming, I want to move forward up to where the front group is, and I want to ask them and say, "Hey, do we want to start this now, or do we want to wait till dark?"
I mean, they're not coming out now, right? So
Oh, I can get them out now. I can send 2 blasts to the people that are around that fire, and we'll definitely get at least those 3
what do you mean blasts,
blasts.
explosions?
Yeah,
You
from
sure
my
they're not just gonna
hands.
run away and cower again?
Do what?
You sure they're not gonna run away and just cower again?
I mean, they might, but we don't know. I mean, it looks like they're guarding something.
I mean, we know they have. It's a slave camp. They're guarding
Yeah,
their slave operation.
but they've got that big pot of something that they look like they're protecting too.
I think getting someone to yell help.
We already did that.
Well, they thought there was a wyvern flying around, so they were kind of leaving him on his own.
Well, I can do
Which
it again.
fair enough. I think they're still waiting. Are they still looking for a wyvern, Logan?
Yes, Meepo, you can tell that their eyes are on the sky.
Yeah,
Well, if their
they're-
eyes are on the skies, now's the time to attack from the ground.
I mean, there's a lot more of them than there are of us.
Well, we can attempt to get the ones that are on the ground, the 3 of them near there, and hope
mean-
that the ones on the tower all don't come at once, because that means the things that they're guarding, the slaves, will have free reign to do whatever.
I mean, if we can't get them to come out this way, my next thought is to try. This is a wooden wall, right, Logan?
Yeah,
Is to try and set it on fire at night. Make them form something of a fire brigade.
Well, I
To
can
come
throw
out.
a firebolt at it at night.
Yeah.
But
They
that
might
don't
see that
necessarily
coming, though.
make it. That wouldn't necessarily make it catching fire, though.
If it's
I don't know.
flammable, it'll probably get caught.
But instead of catching it on fire, what if we weaken it?
Weaken it how? I mean, we're trying to incite panic or to get them to leave their stronghold, right? And not in unreasonable numbers that we can't match. Right? So how do we do that?
Well,
My next thought is a single escaped prisoner. Yeah. Unironically using Howard as bait.
I don't think Howard's going to agree to that, though.
Howard, what did you come along here to do again?
I wanted to help. Well, where is Howard right now?
That's
Well,
a
by
good
this time, I know Howard was originally backed by me, but
Right.
then I moved forward.
Oh, so wait, now you're up there with Meepo?
Now I am up with Meepo.
Okay, I need another stealth check.
Just to make sure it's
That's a smart move.
I did kind of add something to that conversation, so I'll say that I walked up with them.
Okay.
All right. So that is a 14.
We could use message to relay back and forth.
9 from me.
So their eyes drift down from the sky and look more towards the wood line. Now, it seems like several of the guards are they haven't left their post yet, but now they think that you would assume that they think the wyvern is on the ground, like because they've got.
Did you cut off, Logan?
No,
I thought you disconnected mid sentence. My bad.
no, it's the they've definitely heard something as Click and Levi and Howard all approached. It appears that the guards definitely heard something, and now they are looking towards the tree line. They haven't spotted you yet, but they definitely heard something.
I will quickly cast Thaumaturgy to as far as I can to my left in a tree and make some fluttering noises. Like some birds are kind of just bouncing from branch to branch.
And I'll send Strauss out as well to, above the trees.
Okay. You send Strauss above the trees.
Yep.
What's his AC?
I don't know.
Is it below a 22?
His what?
Is it below a 22?
Probably. You said his AC?
Yeah.
11.
Okay. How much HP does he got?
A grand total of basically 1. Well, it says 1d4 minus 1.
Whatever sound an owl makes as an arrow pierces it.
But he does not provoke opportunity attacks.
No, someone was just ready. A guard was ready to shoot the first thing that he saw, and he saw an owl fly out. So he shot at the owl, and he hit the owl.
And that's from the wall.
Yes, Meepo was able to see the guy that did it. It's a human man with a buzz cut and a shaved face.
I am so tempted just to fling 2 Eldritch Blasts at him.
That's kind of a dick move.
Click shares that desire.
But what do you do?
Should we do it, Click?
I don't know. I'm debating.
Or should we wait till, or should we stop now and wait till next week?
Well, the thing that, and this is Click talking, the thing that I'm debating is what the best option is at this point. Do we think we can take them all on in a head-to-head battle? Should we try and sneak the captives away?
Way too many.
Or should we try and, like, what is the best way of achieving our goal? And if it's to pick them off, well, exactly how are we going to pick them off?
Well, see, that's what we were trying, we were trying to pick them off by drawing some of them away and taking care of them.
Which that didn't work.
Plan.
But
I mean, it's not done yet. I mean,
but the question is this: if I send 2 Eldritch Blasts to the people by the cauldron, is that going to only draw those 3? Or those 3 and maybe a couple from the wall? Or everybody and they're going to leave the slaves unattended?
Huh.
Now, see, what I'm actually considering doing is once Meepo points out the one that shot Strauss, I'm going directly for him.
I got an idea. It's possibly a stupid idea, but it might be an idea.
Does it involve using Howard as bait as an escaped slave?
No.
Darn.
But I could cast the word, the spell command with the word come, and then that way he would come here.
How far away does that go?
Within, as far as I can see, within 60 feet.
But we're 100 feet away.
So maybe we could stealth another 40, hopefully still being hidden.
In an open field.
Yeah, we're not.
It's open grass.
Gotcha, so that wouldn't work. Well, let me see here. Hold on 1 second.
Mind your spelling.
That's when you cast a spell. Yeah. But that was an idea I thought about. Maybe I could get them to come to us, and then that way, that would help out a little bit.
I mean,
Because
it
then
would if we were
a stealthy
a
version.
little bit closer.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem, it's just the problem with the wyvern. It's like they're terrified. It's like they don't want to approach. It's like
That and they didn't want to help their friend.
I mean, there's a
Possible
wyvern after
friend.
him. I'm
my question is which friend?
Well, true. They don't know.
I still think the escaped slave is our next probably best bet. I mean, that they have to respond to. They have to keep their assets under control. So they got to get their slave back. And they can't send everyone because you have all these other slaves you got to watch. You can't let them get away. I think they probably have some sort of hounds or something, I would guess, or horses they would chase out on. You'd think.
I think we would have seen a stables. Or
Maybe.
be able to hear dogs.
Maybe it's behind the wall. We can't see over the wall.
Yeah, but the wall is. I thought it had. No. Yeah, but they wouldn't have horses on that side of the wall.
If
It was
you
only
wanted
a
to keep
single
your horses
wall.
safe, you keep them on the inside of the wall.
With the slaves?
I mean, why not?
Because the slaves could use them to try and
You-
escape?
Use your slaves to take care of your horses. Maintain the stables. I think the escaped slave, they'll send someone out. It doesn't have to be whatever. They'll have to send someone out to try and recapture him or whatever. I think that's our best bet.
Okay, so since time's almost up, do we want to save throwing Howard to the wolves till next week?
I think that might be best.
Okay.
I know it didn't seem like we got very far at all tonight.
We tried things. And we got close and we interacted with the weird monkey people. I don't know what else they want to call them other than apes. Hairy people.
I'm just worried if we start a fight, we won't get to finish it get very much in it.
Yeah,
I
I see
agree.
where you're going with it.
And it might be easier if we have one more person to help manage everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. If that does seem like a good place to call it. Are you guys gonna do you want to pick off at this moment, or do you guys want to try again tomorrow or something, or
I
in the
think
night?
at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to waste time if we don't have to.
Yeah.
That and the fact that Levi is incensed with anger.
I agree.
So impulsively, he may just aim at the guy on the wall and start blowing him up.
True. Okay.
All right, so that is
Well-
the plan for next week.
Yeah.
All right.